This is how it looks. Yes, I'm shaking. If you're standing at my fence. Now there are several other views. This is probably just the clearest one. So, I talked to DEQ, and they're taking my word for what's happening. I'm thinking this is not so high on the priority list. Sorry that I'm shaking. Just has me so upset. I mean, come on. If you knew your neighbors did not want this happening here, would you just keep doing it? Especially if your neighbor said, I'm going to report you. I think it's a matter of feeling protected. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I just sort of wonder, you know, if it was someone else's property, maybe if I were doing it there and they were standing here, if things would be the same. I know he saw me this morning. The dog came over. I just don't understand. Now, let's talk about the environment. I am not Susie Environment, and cannot tell you I understand an awful lot about the ins and outs of it all. I've only really become this deeply interested in the last month, even though I was told by the owner that this has gone on for 12 years here. It's when it went from just like sheetrock and pallets to all this other stuff. Now we have shingles in there. I don't know. Do I just close a blind eye and quit fighting it? I don't know. If you heard my other video a moment ago, you heard some of the pops, but they weren't nearly as loud as what you sometimes hear popping in there. And we talk about all these things. Don't idle your car in the summer. Turn it off. That's on the DEQ website, I believe. Hello. I'm just so puzzled about this whole situation. Why can't we be good neighbors? Okay, so someone asked me what's behind here. You hear a car coming up the street. Yes, there's a street over there. You hear some of the pops from the fire. There's a cornfield behind there. I don't know if it's corn for animals or corn for people, but behind the tree line there's corn, pretty much down to where it intersects the next road. Across the street there are people who have some gardens. Over here I mainly just have fruit trees, and they're not doing too well, but I'd love to blame that on someone else, but I don't know if that has anything to do with the problem or not. So you can hear from the traffic that even though this is a rural area, it is an area where we have people. Let's see, in front of my house there are 1, 2, 3, 4 homes pretty near here. And there are plenty back behind us. They're behind the cornfield. So I don't know. Is it a big deal? Maybe I'm just too passionate for my own good these days.